A while ago, I reacted to Sam the cooking guy, Gnocchi Cacio e Pepe. Great idea, but it was not executed correctly. So today, I've made it the real Italian way. Oh, fantastic. I'm gonna make your pasta you can't refuse. I'm dancing the cacio e pepe dance. Yay! Hi and welcome to Vincenzo's Plate, Cheese Land. This is a video for cheese lovers. Gnocchi cacio e pepe. You won't be able to stop smelling this dish. We're making gnocchi from scratch and we are making the cacio e pepe. Oh, we're taking the cacio e pepe to the next level. Sam the cooking guy gave me the idea, so thank you so much, Sam. But this is how you want to make it. The ingredients for gnocchi cacio e pepe. First, we need to make the ricotta gnocchi from scratch. So what we need is half kilo of ricotta, fresh ricotta please, 300 grams of flour, 00 flour please, and 1 free-range egg. To make the cacio e pepe sauce, we need 200 grams of pecorino romano, oh yeah, and pepper, nothing else. Before we start, what you want to do is you want to get a tray, just like this, and put baking paper on top. This is where we're going to rest our ricotta gnocchi. We break it with a fork, just like this, because it's easier. When you break with a fork, it's easier to combine all the ingredients. Here we go. Now we're gonna add the pecorino cheese. Pecorino cheese, mix again. Mix. So you want the pecorino and the ricotta to make love. Now we're gonna add a little bit of flour, just half of it. And again, we want to make love. We got all the dry ingredients. And now we can add the egg, beautiful egg. Here it is. Now mix again with the egg. Now that we have the egg in there, we add the rest of the flour and we start kneading the dough, okay? Very easy. Just follow this movement or follow this movement. Do whatever it's easy for you. I'm gonna press. So what happens is the ricotta is moist and that ricotta will absorb all the flour, okay? Together with the help of the egg. The egg is gonna combine all the ingredients together. The pecorino will give the flavor. Every ingredient you're using is extremely important, okay? So let's move now. As you can see, it's nice and thicker. We don't want to work this dough for too long, okay? This is the movement I like to have. I like to have this at the bottom, go on top and press forward, fold back, press forward, fold it back, press forward, fold back. Then you go like this. Then again, press forward, fold back, press forward, come back, forward, come back, forward, come back. Like I said before, we don't want to knead this dough for too long, okay? We want this dough to be relaxed. We want the ingredients combined well together. But at the same time, we want the dough just to absorb the flour, okay? We don't need too much kneading. Here we go. As you can see, it was very easy and quick to combine all these ingredients. If you feel like it's too wet, you can clean the bowl so you get all the rest of the flour. That's how easy it is to make a beautiful dough for ricotta gnocchi. Okay, what you want to do now is, I can smell of pecorino and feel of ricotta. Beautiful. What you want to do now is you want to rest this for about 10 minutes. and then we make the gnocchi. One of the mistakes that Sam, the cooking guy, made was to use packet gnocchi, which they're not the same. This took me 5 minutes to make. Look how stunning, okay? So what we do now, the dough is rested. We're gonna put flour on the bench. Just be generous with the flour on both sides here, okay? And what we do now, with the help of a rolling pin, we're going to stretch this dough. There we go. Just like that. Go straight, go back, move it again. One more time. That's it. Now we can press. Perfect. We can now make the gnocchi, okay? So to make the gnocchi, what we're gonna do is we are going to cut. We're going to cut like this, like strips, okay? We wanna cut the strips about 1 inch, okay? Just like this. So it's easy to work them, okay? So here we go. But if it's a bit more than 1 inch, don't worry, you don't have to be too fussy about this. And here we go. Now this is very easy. What we do, put flour on the bottom and on top. And we want to create, I call them snakes. You can call them whatever you want, but I want to make them little snakes here. So I'll start from the middle, I make the middle flat, and then with my hands, I move the dough to the sides, okay? I don't know if it makes sense, but press in the middle, trying to push the rest of the dough to the sides. You do need the flour at the bottom, because if you don't put flour, the dough will get stuck to the kitchen bench. So here that we have a little snake. So the little snake is created. Now it's time to cut it. Now to cut the little snakes, we're gonna do this. Little pillars, just like that, okay? Little pillars. And what we wanna do, we wanna add some flour and mix them together. If you don't put the flour, they will get stuck together. Now by doing this, we are safe and they are ready to be cooked. And every time you make your gnocchi, you put them on the baking paper, let them rest a little bit, okay? Let's make another batch. So flour at the bottom. Here we go, with the little snake. More flour on top. And let's make more pillars. Now, if you want to use the fork or you want to use the board to make lines to your gnocchi, please go for it. You can do it. Feel free to use it. This is the most rustic way to do it, and I like it, okay? Here is my gnocchi. Now that I have this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it, okay? Follow me. I'm going to be very quick. Ready? And here we go. Gnocchi are ready. Put more flour on top. Mix, and let them to rest. You want to give a different look to your pillow. What you can do here, you can go like that on the fork, and that's what you get. You can get it like this, but to be honest, I don't want this. I want them to look like this, more rustic. But it's up to you. You can make them look the way you want. The best part when we do something handmade is that it doesn't look the same. It's an artisan product. When you do handmade, you're an artisan, okay? And this is incredible. And don't forget, this is a pasta you can't refuse. Come on, let's have fun. Guys, this is so relaxing, so good for you. Everyone should be making gnocchi at least once in their life. And these are the easy gnocchi. And let me tell you, they smell like pecorino. So if you're not a cheese lover, this is not the right recipe for you. Do something else. They're so easy to do, but if you think it's too much work for you, get your kids involved. This is like Play-Doh, but better, okay? So let's have fun together with the family. This is so much fun. gnocchi are ready and we need to boil them very soon, but before, let's do the base, okay, for the sauce, which is the pepper. So let's toast the pepper in here, okay, and put as much as you want, please. On a medium low heat, we're gonna toast as much pepper as you want. This is called Cacio e Pepe, which means cheese and pepper. So the more, the better. We're gonna put some pepper in the pecorino too. Oh my God, the smell of pepper is going into my nostril. I can smell everything now. I feel so much better. Yum, this is toasting, so now we can go and boil the gnocchi. Now we are about to boil the gnocchi. We're not adding any salt in the water because we have so much pecorino in the gnocchi and the pecorino has the sauce. So definitely we don't need any salt. Now it's time to cook the gnocchi. I'm not cooking all of them because I don't need all of them. So what I can do is whatever is left, I can freeze. Now, when are the gnocchi ready? The gnocchi are ready when they come to surface. We don't touch the water, we don't do anything, we don't mess with the gnocchi. They are coming to surface like now. And they are telling you, I'm ready, okay? They are telling you, I'm ready. Look how beautiful, look, they're coming to surface. So right now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get a mug of pasta water, okay? Because we have the starch thanks to the flour, to the gnocchi. The gnocchi are okay. Now, this is what we do. We get the pecorino and the pepper. We are going to add pasta water, not much. About 3 tablespoons in there, okay? And now we mix. We want this to become very thick, okay? Not runny, but thick. 3 tablespoons. Now we're gonna add 3 more tablespoons and we should be okay. We should be okay. We want this to become a nice, thick cacio sauce. This is what the sauce should look like. See that? See this? See the way it is? Ah, beautiful. It's thick, full of flavors. Perfect. Basically 6 tablespoons did the job. Now what we're going to do is we are going to collect the gnocchi. We're going to collect the gnocchi and put them in the pan with the pepper. Now the pepper is toasted before the gnocchi go in. Put the water in there. Beautiful. And start adding the gnocchi. Start adding the gnocchi to the pan. All right, now we finished to cook the gnocchi in here. So we're gonna release more starch, which we do need it. There's way too much water in there right now, so I don't recommend you to add the cream yet. And you see it's very watery. Let's just wait a little bit for the water to evaporate. There is so much pepper in here, which is perfect. All right, let's leave it a little bit. Yummy, 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 yummy. I wish you were here smelling this. I want to say thanks to Sam, the cooking guy, for creating this amazing recipe. I took it to the next level. Sorry, Sam, but this is such a great idea. So well done. Almost gone. See, the pasta water is almost gone. The gnocchi are absorbing the pasta water. So there is not much pasta water left. Let's wait a little bit more. This is critical, this moment, okay? Because it could be hard, this dish. It's so easy, but it could be hard. We don't want to have too much water, but at the same time, we don't want to have not enough water. See, that's too much water. So we need to keep going until it evaporates. I don't worry about the gnocchi because the gnocchi, they are okay. They are not breaking. They are pretty good. Let's try this gnocchi to make sure it's nice and moist. Oh my God, oh, the pepper, oh, what a kick. I'm going to clean the spoon. Okay guys, this is time. This is the time you've been waiting for. Switch off the stove right now, no more stove, and we go straight here. The pan is nice and hot, perfectly hot. What we do now is we add the cream, okay? Right now, we add the cream. Oh my God, that's a lot of cream. That's a generous amount of cream. Oh my God. And now we mix it together. And this is how you make your cacio e pepe gnocchi. Look at this, Sam. You have created such a beautiful dish. But this is the way it should be done. Look how creamy. Look the sauce, look at that sauce. Huh? Look at this sauce. Look at this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Can you see? Can you see? Oh guys, look how creamy. Look at this marvelous, marvelous dish. Made from scratch by you. Okay? You just need to follow these easy steps, and this is what you can create in your own kitchen. In your own kitchen. Look at that. Sensational. All right, let's plate this marvelous gnocchi cacio e pepe. Ooh, look at that cream. Look at that. Look at that. See how creamy this is? It's not stringy, it's perfectly creamy. It's just what you want. Look at the cream in here. No strings, just cream. Look at that. Made with pecorino romano. Look at that, guys. Look at this beauty. You tell me you don't want this right now, please. Be honest and tell me. I wish I was in that kitchen right now. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, look how creamy this pasta is. Look at the cream. Look at that. Can you believe that's just pecorino, pasta, water, and pepper? Can you believe it? Huh? Again, another example of simplicity at its best. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Come on, you tell me you don't want this right now. Yum. I'm going to eat the whole thing right now. Yeah, I am a cheese lover and I'm very proud. And I'm sorry for all the non-cheese lovers out there. Oh! An explosion of flavors. The pecorino, the gnocchi full of cheese. Oh my God, if you're lactose intolerant, stay away from this video. And I eat your portion. To die for. Look at that. Look how creamy. The gnocchi are cooked very well. They're nice and moist. If you don't want them al dente, you can keep cooking it for as much as you want, but they are perfect. Perfect cream. I mean, a cacio e pepe should be this creamy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is real cacio e pepe. From this beautiful cheesy pasta, all I can say is thank you so much for watching this episode. Write a comment below, please, and I'll see you in the next Vincenzo's Plate video recipe. E ora si mangia! Vincenzo's Plate. Probably the best cacio e pepe I have ever made.